Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for The Upside. So The Upside was originally shot and made in 2017, and it was shelved for quite a while, and it's finally came out now. This movie stars Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston, and another big actress, Nicole Kidman, and it follows the story, the true story, of a man who is crippled and another man who just got out of jail, and the man who is crippled is very rich, and he hires the guy who just got out of jail to take care of him, and while he hires him, they become very close friends. So The Upside was one of the few January movies I was actually looking forward to because I had heard good things about it from some of my friends who saw it back in 2017 when it was originally screened. And so I went in with, not too high of expectations because it was a January movie, but I was hoping to get some fun out of it, and I did. The Upside is quite a fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think that it does have kind of a cheap feeling to it, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but besides that, this movie is very clean, very polished, very well put together, and for what it is, it just works. It's supposed to be a feel-good movie, and in being one, it does fall in line with a lot of the cliches of feel-good movies, so it's not doing anything new to reinvent the genre, but that's not really what I was expecting. I was just expecting something lighthearted and entertaining, and I think that they did that. I think that this movie is a lot better than a lot of January movies, and I think it's weird that they put it here because it seems more like a March or April movie, but I think it was also smart not to release it during Oscar season because usually with movies like this, people think, oh, it could be an Oscar contender, you should put it out, but smartly, the director knew this wasn't going to be an Oscar contender. The studio knew that too, so they stepped back and released it later, and because of that there weren't crushing expectations on it, and because of that people weren't expecting the best movie. So maybe expectations being so low is what made this movie look so good in comparison, but still it was genuinely a whole lot of fun. My biggest problems with it come into the fact that it kind of does feel like a straight to TV movie. It's very cheaply made. A lot of the shots look unfinished, or the focus is a little bit weird, and overall just the production design and the lighting, it all looks very TV show like, kind of like the first Avengers movie was, and I didn't really like that. That took me out of the movie quite a bit. And my other problem is that a lot of the conflict in the movie they brush past really quickly. A lot of it is just, it's there and then it's gone, and I didn't like that. I really do like it when movies take time to flesh out their characters and their problems. And I think that they did a fairly good job with it in the beginning portion of the movie, but when you got to the end, the last third act, they started just speeding through a lot of things. It's like they knew that they needed to hit these points before the movie ended, but they were running out of screen time. They didn't want to make it too long. So they just rushed through a lot of things. And the movie is 2 hours and 6 minutes, which is quite long for a comedy, but I still think that you could have given this movie, a bit of a longer runtime, fleshed out a lot of the other things more, because I never lost interest, which was another big surprise to me. I thought even if I liked it, I would probably lose interest because it's so long for a comedy. 2 hours and 6 minutes is a very long time, but I never lost interest. I was constantly entertained, and that was really nice to see. And the final point I'll bring up is a positive, and that is the performances. For a random comedy movie, the performances are really good in it. Bryan Cranston is very good. He does overact at times, but I think Kevin Hart is the best one here. I think that he does a great job, which is rare for Kevin Hart, because a lot of the time his performances get in the way because he's trying too hard to be funny, but a lot of his humor actually just worked, and it went from charisma, not him trying to be funny, and even when it got more serious, he still did a very good job. So in the end, The Upside isn't a perfect movie. It has a lot of structural flaws, but in terms of performances and in terms of entertainment, this movie does nothing wrong. I will give The Upside a 6.5 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for The Upside. So, what are your thoughts on this film, or what do you think of the original movie, The Untouchables, which it's a remake of? Comment in the comments section below and let me know. I am Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.